Yeah, good afternoon. You're welcome to the program Pundits on Flip TV. This is another wonderful edition of the program. Yes, I am Christian Chico, and with me is always my Oga, Comrade Idowu Israel. My Oga, Aristotle of God. Okay, yes, this is still Pundits. I know how we did on Pundits. Pundits look at issues technically. We take a deep look at some of the things that we have on social media and also on our newspaper publications today. Today is all about the certificate issues and scandals with our leaders. We have found out that this is common with most of our elected political leaders. We're starting with that of Tinubu, that of the current Chief Justice of Nigeria, that is our brother, and also the deputy or the placeholder to Bola Tinubu also has confirmed that the certificates are not available. We are missing, and also looking at as many as we can. Welcome to the program. I want you to join us and let this be conversational. We also want to hear your part, your position on the topics we're discussing. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Let us start with the words of Aristotle. One of the foremost quotations of Aristotle is what is deeply affecting us in this country today. Aristotle was once quoted as saying that when wise men refuses to act, they are forced to succumb to the whims and caprices of the fools. Meaning, wise men refusing to act allows fools to take over the mantle of leadership. And if you look at it, since the real genuine people that intend to rule this country, to administer this country, to govern this country, I want to think it's just the gang of Awolowo, Azikiwe, and Tafawa Balewa. I want to believe that those are the real people that have the genuine intention. You know, they started from internal democracy, internal governance, how to give us how for us to have a what do you call it, independence from our colonial masters. And you see their intentions then were genuine because in fact majority of them had to travel abroad to see what transpires in the greener pastures, you understand, come back home and now try to insist and say, okay, let us build ourselves and let us govern ourselves, let us have independence. Where am I going? Since that time, from the collapse of the First Republic in 1979 to 1983, we've had different cases of certificate perjury, falsification of age, usage of official age, you understand, in our polity, and it is affecting us. It is affecting us seriously because serious people, technocrats, academicians, people with track record, none of them will ever think that, you understand, majority of them will never want to think that I want to be a politician. So whenever they are going, they face their business of I want to be a lawyer, I want to. In fact, when we're growing up, what you hear is parents, when parents will talk to their children, you understand, every children and every parent want their children to grow to become an aeronautical engineer, to become a doctor, to become a lawyer, you understand. You see that nobody actually wants their words or children to become politicians, you understand. So we left the act of governance, we left the act of administration to people that are just not primed for governance, that are just not working towards. Yes, you say that yes, people go to study sociology in the university, they study political science in the university, but you see that majority of them did not end up becoming politicians. So where am I going? Where I'm going is that majority of the politicians we have are wannabes that believe that there is nothing else they can do in life to be successful than to find means of how to quickly, kleptomaniacally make money from the people, meaning they have to join politics. And in joining politics, politics involves so many things. Like I said earlier, I said good people, technocrats, academicians don't want to join politics because of another factor. The factor are the whims and caprices involved in politics, you understand. The word politics itself, you understand, has been bastardized to the extent that when you say you play politics, politics is attributed to something dirty. It's attributed to somebody who doing thing, bamboozling, fooling, you understand, using different other means of coercing and confusing people into giving them mandates. And it means if majority of our politicians, their psychological mindset is based on cheating, and that's why you find out that some of them have all these cases of age falsification.
Let's look at the military. During the military era, the issues of opening the houses of these politicians. Like people said that the military or non government have because he was executed then by the military government of the day.
It's a very,
cannot blame any of most of them.
It's a very flimsy excuse. Very flimsy in the sense that even if your house is boggled, you understand? If your house is boggled, if your certificates were carted away and taken away, you understand? You can always go back to that school. You understand? You can always go back to school and ask for your document and it will be given unto you. We've had cases where people have to go back, you understand, when they are to work, as in real work, not political thing. You understand? Real work, where your certificate or where some form of documentation to ascertain or certify that you actually attended such institutions are required. You go back there and it is felt for you and you were able to do it. But in politics in Nigeria, it has now become, you understand, a tradition where people, because they want to hide their past. You know, look at, let me just digress a bit. They just played a competition. They just finished a competition in Ghana. They call it Wafu Under 17 B tournament. You understand? To qualify for the proper Under 17 World Cup to be staged later this year. Now, Ghana hosted that competition. I'm digressing, but you get where I'm going. Ghana hosted that competition and lost the first match embarrassingly to Nigeria. I think 4-0 or 4-1. And when the coach was accosted, what happened? He said no. He has to build an entire new team from the scratch. They asked why. He said out of the 32 names he submitted initially that were in camp that are training for that 27 for that competition, 28 of them failed that test where you carry out to know their age. So meaning 28 out of 32 were intending to cheat the other people. And that's why if you even look at it, all these junior World Cups, you understand, are always won by Africa. Because it's only in Africa where you have somebody that is already 36, you understand, claiming to be 15, claiming to be 14. And that's why when Taiwo was playing, I'm still coming there because you will understand the balancing. It has been part of our tradition. It is now a mentality.
Our tradition
it is a mentality now of those in power, those politicians, the agencies, the institutions, you understand, to falsify age in order to meet up with challenges. You understand? When Taiwo was playing for Shakhtar Donetsk in Ukraine, the very day when you say Taiwo, that means a twins, and twins are born the same day, right? Abi? But in Nigeria, twins are not born the same day.
No, twins are born.
Okay, but in the case of
in my village,
twins are born the same day. Even in my village, in other villages.
You said that.
Yes, I said in some peculiar cases like that of Taiwo. Taiwo was in Ukraine celebrating his 32nd birthday, and his Kehinde was here in Lagos celebrating his 43rd birthday. So that means the Kehinde is 11 years older than the Taiwo, and they were supposedly born the same day. So come to the issue of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The problem we have is that there has been disparities. We've seen it, that there are disparities as regards his age, because if you look at it, for his daughter to be 61 and he's claiming to be 70, no matter what he says, he cannot prove to us that he gave birth to his daughter at 9. So when you start noticing that disparities, then he claimed that he was born in 1952, and when he was born in 1952, he went to Chicago in 1979. Go and check Wikipedia. Is 61. Go and check Wikipedia. 61.
Wikipedia is source that we.
These are the sources, people, because even when the issue of the new chief judge, the Kayode Ariwola, came up, you understand, the very day the thing came up that Justice Kayode Ariwola is now the acting CJN, instead of people to go into the site of the Nigeria Supreme Court, you understand, they went directly to Google, to Wikipedia, and it was reflected there that he was born in 1958, you understand, and he started school in 1959, which raised eyebrow that how possible, how can you be born in 1958 and you start school less than a year after that? But when we eventually, when people now interrogatively went into the server, the documentation of Supreme Court, what he used to enter work in Supreme Court, I mean in the record he used, you understand, wrote 1954. So if he has written 1954 somewhere and 1958 has popped up somewhere, that means there's falsification of it. That means, in fact, it is common to us in this country. It is just that we are getting more exposed every day. It is the politicians that are exposing it more by the day, because it is not only in politics that it happens in Nigeria. Yeah. You understand? Like I said, it is becoming a tradition that is bad, but that people are imbibing. You understand? When I wanted to, let me use myself, when I wanted to enroll for this NID of the team, you understand? I when I saw the children, I said, some of them I'm even, one even confessed that I'm older than his father. You understand? And we're in the same class. But because we have to pass through JAMB attestation for NID requires your WAEC certificate, the original one. You must present the original one. So it becomes difficult for me to hide. But peradventure, that opportunity is not there. I can claim to be 30, I can claim to be 40, you understand? But I cannot again because of this exposure. And that is why it becomes difficult for these people. So if I had wanted to be political about this, and if it is a political thing that I can manipulate, that I can maneuver, I will just simply tell them that somebody, that a fire caught our house or a rainstorm. So I will give such an excuse like that of Tinubu that people, military carted it. Look at the placeholder. The placeholder is even worse. That is Masari. The Masari have virtually everything. You understand? This one did not even say there was a fire incident or there was water. He said he just discovered inside the vehicle he was driving. In fact, the first thing he told us, for you to know how they've made mockery of our system, was that it's a caricature. He said the CEO, the document of his land that he acquired in Katsina, his secondary school education, is this, is that, everything was lost. And you begin to wonder when they will tell you that INEC is strict, because some people have been arguing that, is this INEC really INEC or NEC? I was listening to something yesterday and somebody said that INEC should honorably remove the I in front of the name. It is not independent. It is just National Electoral Commission that is under the ruling party. The ruling party has always controlled, you understand, our electoral umpires, and that is why
now on the Wikipedia confirming stuff on Wikipedia, just know that human beings exist.
That is what they put on the Wikipedia, and that is why I'm telling you that it is Wikipedia and Google is garbage in, garbage out. It is what you put there, and that is why when it was seen that the Tinubu daughter was actually born, she put 1961 there, and she couldn't have lied that she was born in 1961. You understand? So Wikipedia, Google, and all these things now is to tell you that the Oyibos, the real white, the white, those that have those things, their own intent and purposes of putting it is genuinity, is genuineness. In fact, majority of Oyibo children are born in hospital. You understand? With date, all their schools, even when they are, I begin to wonder. Look at this. There is this Mason Mount, two Chelsea players, Rhys James and Mason Mount. They enter Chelsea at the age of 5. You understand? They are now in the senior team of Chelsea. One is 22, one is 21, but they've been playing for Chelsea since 5. But it is surprising that all their pictures since when they were 5 was there. You understand? So now look at Bola Tinubu. Tinubu, now we didn't even see anybody that would claim to be Tinubu secondary school or primary school mate. The only person that came close to it, Femi Aribisala, that people know has a little bit of integrity, claimed that between that 1962 and 1968, you understand, Tinubu, you did not know him there, and that is where the problem is, because people claim that the Tinubu had a transformation of name. You understand? And we've had cases in the past like that. We have one Senator Evans Ewerem. Have you ever you remember that case? Yeah. That they are twins. You understand? One is Evan, one is Evans. And it is customary to these Hausa people. I'm sorry to say this, I don't mean to, you understand, malign their tribe or their race. But if you look at it, that they want to enter police or they want to enter civil defense or anything, you will see Ibrahim Bade, Ibrahim Bade, Ibrahim M. Bade, Ibrahim M. Bala. All of them will be bearing the same name. So, in fact, there was a time that it was rumored that in one family, 4 people can use the same certificate, because all of them bears virtually the same name. And these are part of what has bastardized our system. And when you think that our umpires are supposed to be up and doing, are supposed to have integrity, are supposed to have penumbra, these umpires will admit their affidavits immediately. So in Nigeria now, we run a government where our politicians no longer declare their real age. Only few of them, you understand? Majority of them now runs to court for affidavit.
The governor of Imo State said that certification is not an issue.
Yes, certification is an issue.
The governor of Imo State said
he said it because he benefited from a corrupt system. Is it not the same? Is it not the same? The current CJN that presided over the case that upturned the judgment in his favor, somebody that came forth, that was now said to come forth from forth. How can he believe in certification? How can he believe in integrity? You understand? And that is how bastardized the system has been. All these people bringing affidavits up and down everywhere. If there should be, somebody said, if you want your past exposed, and if you want your dirty learning exposed, if you want people to know the skeleton in your cupboard, join Nigeria politics. So let there be a caveat. I think we are not getting there, but with these current exposures, you understand, it's a system. When we started in 1999, we said it's a transient democracy. Now we have transited on 3 occasions, you understand? So we are expected to be growing. I want to believe and I want to hope that probably by 2023, when we have new set of plenipotentiary, that's the legislative, the National Assembly, there will be a law promulgated that affidavits will no longer be admissible. If when you were young, a fire burn your documents or water carry them or your house fall, then don't come and join politics. Who stay in your house?
You can still contact the school.
Because yes, that is what we are saying. And these people have been unable to contact school. Look at the rate at which they ran to Chicago to confirm that he attended the Chicago school. Why can't they use the same effort to go to that primary and secondary school that he claimed he attended and fetch out the records for us? If they can fetch the record of what happened in 1979, so
then the school
time will be bounced down.
Manually,
the school has been bounced down. Like this year, government secondary school Ibadan, one of the most prominent, one of the best secondary school. I believe that everybody that attended government secondary school Ibadan since inception, I think it was around 1920 that the school was founded. One of the first ever in the school. They keep record of everybody. But people have surreptitiously went there. The same set of people that that make application to know whether Bola Ahmed Tinubu attended Chicago State University and make attempt to know whether Bola Ahmed Tinubu attended Government College Ibadan. But there was no record of him there. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that for us to forestall, to prevent cases like this, you understand? Because it is not only in the politics, it is in our civil service too. You understand? It is in the civil service, and it is a mentality that we have to discourage. Like I told you, I said when I got into the midst of those young kids, I intend, you understand, if I am permitted, if there is no strict rule from JAM that I should present my, you understand, my WAEC, you understand, then I can tell them I'm 30 and 40. So
those certifications stand in for someone who has this is a good leader.
How do you say somebody is good? Somebody that is not trustworthy, how can he be good? It starts from lying starts from when you were young. You understand? Lying starts, and our teachers taught us lies. You understand? The most prominent of the lies they taught us in school, that they ingrained in our brain, is when we were in primary school. They will say, I remember when I was a soldier. Were you ever a soldier? But you'll be singing it with effusive. I remember when, but you were never a soldier.
Not singing it personally.
No, what I'm trying to tell you is that for you said certification, competence, integrity, they are all intertwined. Because if you lie about small thing, if you can lie about your age, somebody said it now that everything about Tinubu is shrouded in mystery. We don't know his real hometown. We don't know his real age. We don't know the schools he attended. You understand? We don't even know his real name. We are living on what he claimed. You understand? And let me shock you. Let me shock you. For you to know that we still have integrity in this country. There is a musician in this country. He's still alive. He's very popular. Call him Lagbaja. Lagbaja used to wear mask, abi. But people that know Bisadi Ologunde, when they attended Ife together, because he attended Obafemi Awolowo University, they know him. They know his name. They know his father. They know his age. He didn't lie about that. The only thing he did was for some people not to see his face. So that is to say, if you are, even the Bible says it, if you are circumspect in small things, then you are not likely to be trusted with big one. Anybody, that is what I'm saying. No, it's my own extreme. I know it may not work in this election, but because there's nothing we can do, it has been swept under the carpet. This CJN of the thing now. Everybody was expecting this acting. There might be changes. Wait, when we see it now, it has been clarified. They've clarified it for us. They've said now that it is Wikipedia and Google that recorded 1958 for him. Now they've defended him. They said from the document when he applied to be in the judiciary, wrote 1954. Meaning, if you start school in 1959, that is not too much. You can start school by 5. So they've cleared it. But people already know that there is something there, monkey and don't they inside a goosey shoe, and that is what happened to the Tinubu pick holder. Abi, what's his name? The Masari, and that is exactly the same controversy that is raging with the Tinubu himself. Even Atiku, part of when it becomes counter. The APC people too went to look deep into the form, and they realized that even Atiku Abubakar did not put his primary school. He did not attend primary school before he joined custom, or before he attended secondary school, but there was no record of primary school. You understand? So you realize that majority of these people altered this document so as not to reflect their real age, so that age will not catch up on them.
So what you're saying is that if you have any kind of issue,
don't even come to politics at all. No, yes, you are not qualified to be a politician to come, because he who must come into equity must come with clean hands. You understand? And if these people are not clean, if these people are not clean, you understand, with the little, and what is the little? Your age, where you were born, your house. You understand? Now, Bola Tinubu is claiming Lagos, but virtually everybody. That was why when he went to Abeokuta and he was ranting that he was the one that supported this, to be that. You know what? Everybody said, we all know, because there are some things that even small children know, that they overheard from their brother, from their sister. And part of what we know too is that Tinubu is not from Lagos, and that all he said about his age are not real. And my own, I'm not against Tinubu as a person. I don't have anything against Ariwola. The two of them are my kinsmen. You understand? But as a Nigerian, I am disturbed. I am confused. I am unhappy. You understand? That we continue putting people that cannot be trusted, because if you cannot be trusted with your age, then I don't think you can be trusted.
Okay, let's look at you have issues in the APC. Over 22 senators went to visit the president because they are grievous. They are angry with how the party has put them out. Most of them are not returning to the house. We are experiencing mass defection. What do you think?
It is expected. It is a fallout of how we play our politics in this part of the world. Because in Britain, in America, you see centuries of people staying in one party. The grandfather, father, mother. If they are in Democrat, even if they will eat sand for 8 years, they will still wait there till it is the turn of their point. They will not jump until we stop this concept of people crossing from one party to the other. There are so many things wrong with our policy that, like the first one I would talk about is having truly certified your age. No affidavit again. Let's not be using affidavit. Then 2, let us condemn the apology. It's this same thing that you are talking about. You are saying it as if it is surprising. It is not surprising. The same thing happened in 2014. It happened in 2014 after primaries. Saraki, Utambua, and 3 other governors and senators and House of Rep members, all of them left PDP and they came to fortify the APC in order to support a Buhari project, you understand? And Buhari project is winding up. I have always told you that these people are strange bedfellows, you understand?
That is the APC.
The APC, because what joined them together is Buhari. And the Buhari that joined them together, let's not deceive ourselves, the Buhari joined them together.
That made the Northerners join the party.
That made all of them come together to form APC. You understand? The Buhari now, after becoming president, after serving in 7 years, he has suddenly become insensitive. So Buhari, to me, from his body language, in fact, from all indications, from what everybody has seen, you understand? Buhari is not that seriously interested in the continued stability of the party. He's not concerned him again. He's not going to lose anything. It now behoves on Tinubu to make sure he owns the party, and it may not work. It may not work because even the real Yoruba elders are already telling, yes, they are already telling Tinubu that all these people, that all these outside, these northern governors that are insisting that we want power to come back to, they were not shouting they want power to come back to the south until Atiku emerged as the flag bearer of the PDP. That was when the agitation of those APC governors, that was when it became vociferous. And now that look at the process of the primary. Are you going to tell me it's democratic? Are you going to tell me it's free and fair? Are you going to tell me that people will not be aggrieved? And from what you've seen, forget the 22 that are talking. They are already moving in droves. In state. Sokoto State Speaker has resigned as Speaker of APC and joined PDP. You understand? And before you know it, what is about to pan out is that, like we said, the Northerners love themselves more than any other part of the country, and they will not sacrifice their own for any other person. So what you are expecting here is, except there is a miracle, except there is a closing of ranks immediately, you understand, what you will see is that all these Northerners, they will move from the APC. As they move to APC, they will move back to PDP just because of an article, just because their brother is there. So all these things are premised towards making another Northerner the next president of the country. Chikena, you don't price them. Now, before they said they know they price bread. They don't they price bread now. But what from our age in this country, we have grown to know deceit. You understand? All these things they are doing for Tinubu is deceit, deception. They deceived him, hypocrisy, nepotism. Now they are returning back to their base. Now you are saying this as if you're very, very sure. I am very, very sure, because Nigeria is sure, is surer than Bet Niger. Bet Niger, you will say Chelsea will beat Arsenal and they may play draw. But Nigeria, it is sure anything that will happen in Nigeria, anything that will happen in Nigeria. It's like this interview that some people went for and they were now discussing. Americans said, no, we are more civilized in this country. When you want to vote, people know the direction. People know who has the people at eye. And when they do election always favor, you understand, whoever. Every other country has been saying their own. When they asked the Nigeria, I said, forget all these things where you talk. In Nigeria, my country, before the actual election, we don't know winner. So we always know winners before election. So now look at the team that PDP constituted to go to Osun. You will see that Osun will be different from Ekiti. We bet it. We will be here together to analyze it. The PDP, the opposition, they realized that they were sleeping too much in Ekiti, and they've woken up. You understand? They've put up an armory now, and they are going there to face them. They are going to face themselves. You understand? Because the person that is even coming from the PDP there has a clout, unlike the person that came out from PDP in Ekiti that did not even have a clout. You understand? This one has a clout. He has money. He can spend his own money. Party will spend money for him too. You understand? And what you will see is the continuation of the vote buying that started in Ekiti. But as for mass defection will continue, and the mass defection, bet it, will only be against the APC. It will not be against the PDP.
We have the electronic system. We have young people rising up now to go get their voters card.
Rising up to go get their voters card.
That will change things in 2023.
Excuse me, it may not be enough. It may not be enough. Let me give you the analysis why it may not be. the last election, INEC
only
claimed,
34% of the voters voted now.
INEC claimed that the last election, 84 million people registered. Now, in this process, they are looking at 20 million, and they've gotten, I think, 1.4 million or thereabout, you understand? And they've added all these more polling units, 50,000 more polling units. Now, you are saying these young people are coming to, the young people, are they up to the ones that have been voting before? And don't be surprised that out of the 84 that they said, 84 million that they said were recorded in 2019, you understand? You said it yourself. Look at the last election in Ekiti. The people that voted the last one were more. So despite all this voters' consciousness that you are saying, there was Labour Party in Ekiti election, was SDP there, was NNMPP there. You understand? So if the concentration is mushroom, if the oppositions cannot close rank and come together, you understand? What you will see in 2023 is who will outmuscle who, whether the ruling party. And my fear for the ruling party is that even my brother is in the ruling party, he may be disappointed because of the people he claims to be behind him are likely to leave him in the dark, and when he looks back, you will see nobody. And it will be, and that has always been my anger. When I was coming out this morning, somebody said he always, every day that he watches it, and but that in my analysis that I'm tending toward an Obi. I said, if Chuk said this, Chuk go break your head. Chuk that will always say I'm against Obi. Do you know why he was saying that? Because he was expecting me to be supporting Atiku, because he knows that I have a PDP background, I have a PDP orientation. You understand? All along. And why I'm not supporting Atiku is because the party gave the ticket to a northerner. I would dumps in this country. A northerner ruled us for 8 years, but because of sentiment, because we were blindfolded, because we were maneuvered, because we were manipulated, you now still give them back. And I don't see my brother having more. I see my brother and Obi, the obedient people, more of, you know, when you pour a beer in a glass cup, you know the foam that used to come there, a flefu, call it a flefu. I see Labour and APC now as more of a flefu. The whole thing now is working towards an article. Let's not deceive ourselves, because northerners are more conscious than us. Now you said, well, the youths are rushing to collect PVCs. All the youths that will collect in the next 2 months will not be up to 3 million. And if they do it, another thing there is that if they do it, what are the chances that they will be able to collect the PVCs to use in the 2023 election, when INEC has already said before they start collecting, it will be in January. Now, if it is in January, an election is in February, the law stipulates that every electoral process, everything that can hinder an election must be stopped 3 months before election. So that means all these people rushing now, wounding themselves, jumping up and down, claiming obedience and disobedience up and down, they will not vote, because they will not be given voters card now. If they were not given, how can they vote? Those that have, those that have before, are they voting for? They will vote. Those that have before, those that have before, those that are obedient, that have voters card. What is the percentage of the obedient people before now? No, what's the percentage of the articulated? The articulated, Atiku had 10 million votes in the last election. What are you saying? Out of 80 million. Atiku had 10 million votes in the last election. Out of 80 million voters. Out of is that pass mark? How many voted? How many voted? Out of the 80 million. Out of 80 million votes in the last election, 23 million people actually voted. 23 million actually voted. Out of 84. Out of 84, 23 million voted, and he has 10 million. He has been to the ballot. Then those that are obedient now, there are no people which those that give article. And now another thing that I'm going to tell you that you should not miscalculate is the people you are calling obedient, that you are attributing as obedient. See, if you are saying it, let's just be putting a caveat on it. Majority of those you will call obedient are of Igbo extractions. Don't say all the youths are going to be obedient, because Yoruba youth will not vote for Obi. Outside youths are equally collecting cards. Now, where am I going? Where I'm going is that part of those your south is I'm looking at what will be better for Nigeria. I know what you're taking this on that level. What will be better for Nigeria is what I am looking at too. That is why I'm giving you this analysis. And this analysis will be better for Nigeria if we can face the fact. The fact is what I'm telling you. Atiku has worked more than all of them. So you are saying Atiku deserves? Not deserving. It is not deserving. It is practice. This guy said more competent. Yeah. Well, see, I've told you, whenever you are talking about politics in Nigeria, leave integrity, leave competence, leave what you need in Nigeria is structure and capacity. You understand? And nobody has more capacity than Tinubu and Atiku in this country. And with that, with the notion that the Northerners will betray Tinubu.
Oh, we are looking at capacity. Capacity.
Yes.
Which of them has the capacity
to tackle insecurity? We are not talking. See, we will be saying this, we will be saying something. Capacity to win election.
Okay, you're talking about winning election.
Capacity to win election.
I'm not
see, before you talk of integrity, before you talk of administrative acumen, before you talk of being a technocrat, you must win election first now. So, do you have the whims and caprices? Do you have the money? Do you have the strength? Have you played the politics? That is capacity.
Does not fit winning election.
Please explain capacity to me. What is your definition of capacity? Where you say you are capable.
It does not really fit.
Capable is what you can command, what you can commandeer. When capacity is, say, okay, we are 10 here now. I stand up and like 4 5 people stand and follow me. That is what is called capacity. From the miniature definition of capacity, you understand?
There should be a word that will fit that very well.
It is a disillusionment. That is where you don't want me to go. Majority of these people you are calling obedient, we eventually vote for Atiku because already we know that Atiku agreed.
No, this is my stand.
Wait, your stand. Your stand. I know your stand.
Oh, what is my stand?
Your stand is obedience now.
You don't know my stand.
Your stand is that the youth are coming up now. Your stand is that the youth are waking up now. Your stand is that there will be a third force. It will never be. Let's not deceive ourselves. These are just hallucinations. We are carried away by the phantasmagoria of people rushing and jumping to collect PVCs. Where have they not been collecting before? Where have they been before? This is a process that has started since 2019. Why is it now? Why? So the people, out of the people that are rushing, how many 18 years old are there? People there are 40, 35, 70, people that are conscious, not people that are unconscious.
So you are blaming them for not.
Yes, I'm blaming them. I'm blaming our youth for not being concerned as regards what affects us, which has allowed them to always use
now
their
that they are woken up.
But it is too late.
It's too late.
Yes, it can be redressed in 2027, but not in 2023. The permutation of 2023 is too close, it's too short. The only reason where there can be a miracle, where Atiku will not win, or where Tinubu will not win, is if all the other parties join up with Atiku against Tinubu, or if all the other parties join up with Tinubu against Atiku. That is the only, for all this, we will. Kwankwaso is not stepping down for Obi.
And Obi is neither stepping down.
And Obi is not stepping down. Sowore is not stepping down for Obi. Sowore still commands some conscious Nigerian youth that will say, okay, let's give a youth. Sentimentally, Kola Abiola is not stepping down for Obi. So if these people cannot close ranks against the ruling party or against the opposition party, which the two of them are the two predominant, then I see one of, let's just agree that any one of them that plays his game better, any one of the two. If there will be
of the three.
Of the two, forget it. Which three? Don't if you want to be saying three, be saying four. Because be saying four, then you'll be including NNPP. You'll be
of the four.
Okay, of the four. So, but it is 2 out of the 4. It is 2 out of the 4. 1 of the 2 out of the 4. You understand? The other two. You understand? The other two. Maybe it may be too late for Kwankwaso to contest in 2027. But in 2027, if it is Atiku, we know that Atiku will spend only 1 term because the constitution for this new electoral reform forbids him to go 2 terms. So if it is Atiku, and from what he said, from what he has been saying, that the choice of his running mate is to prepare his running mate for the next president. So if he's going to go by his way, if it is Atiku and he spent 4 years, then he will have sharpened Okowa's teeth to the extent that by 2027, Okowa will want to come out against. Okay. So if Obi will even come out in 2027, you understand? Why I'm saying all this is for us. Mungo Park said, if I claim to know more than others, it means I stand on the shoulders of giants. You understand? This is a country where political permutation is simpler.
I don't see any of them as
is simpler.
I don't see any of them as fair. If from 1960 till now, you're having issue with power, you're having issue with.
They've not been president now. Shebi, it is when they are president.
Been in the system.
It is when being in the system is different from controlling the system. That is why, is that not why people have been saying that this being Oshibajo is giving
you are talking about certificate forgery and certificate standard, and anybody that has any issue with the certificate is not qualified to be a leader. And this
I am rooting for now. I am not
complicit.
I am not rooting for it. It is what is already on ground now. Okay. It's okay. Are you saying what I'm saying here now is what will disqualify him? Or is there any process on ground that he will be disqualified? As INEC come out to tell you that they are not happy with the affidavit of the place order of Tinubu, or has Nigerian government
investigations are still ongoing?
Who is investigating? You always tell me investigation. Even when they attack places, you tell me investigation and there will be no result. Which investigation? What are they investigating? Somebody said he has lost all his documents and he has signed an affidavit and he has tendered it, and the umpire required has accepted the document. It was because the document leaked out. INEC did not complain. INEC already accepted the affidavit as it was given. So I'm telling you, the system is compromised.
Yes, I have Bengalala. If Nigerians know what is good for them, they must vote by kicking out APC and PDP come 2020.
And I don't see that happen. That is what I'm telling you.
Niger boy,
if it will happen, it will be 2027.
Niger boy TV say APC certificate dodgers. Buhari never bill.
In fact, they changed their name. They said they are now Affidavit People's Congress, APC. Because majority of them always swear to affidavit.
Tinubu unknown gunmen boots receipt, Master VIP to be no certificate. Wow. You can keep on the comments. We see 6 persons watching the program. Also like the program so that we can have a broader reach.
I think the essence of pundit is for us to save the way it is. It's for us not to be sentimental. I am not saying I am happy with everything that is happening. I have told you that, in fact, I've said it here, and as events of polls unfold, I may still keep to my word, because my vote that is supposed to be for PDP, I will not give it because PDP is giving a northerner the ticket. My conscience is not happy with that. You understand? And my brother that I'm supposed to be supporting, you understand? There are issues around him, you understand? And the third force that you are claiming, all of the obedient people, they abuse people up and down. They don't even want to
all of
virtually all go to social media. All the people supporting Obi, they abuse people. They don't even have.
That's a very big allegation.
It is, and it is true. It is true. They don't want. Whenever they are arguing, whenever they are arguing with people, yes, which cut off people's conscience. When you allow superior argument, you understand? I have seen one of the reasons why you said it's gaining momentum is because the people that are suddenly becoming obedient, they are volatile in nature. So the moment you mention Atiku or you mention Tinubu, they take you up. They even want to beat you. And the moment you are not thinking like it should be, yes, we all agree that we should chase out PDP and APC. But do we have structures on ground to do that? No. Do we have facilities to do that? No. Do we have logistics to do that? No. Do you have people on ground to do that? No. Who we vote Obi? Let all the, I've said it on countless occasions, let all the Southeasterners in Nigeria vote Obi. You will not be Atiku or Tinubu.
Okay, let's move
what can make a third force emerge in 2023 is if everybody can close routes.
Let's watch out what is going to happen to us. We are here, we are not going anywhere. Watch out what happens. Most of my predictions have come to pass. I'm going to predict
this one will not come to pass. And we will be alive to see. This one will not. I don't see a revolution in this country. It's a country that has been already, it has been monetized. You understand? The country is monetized. When during the last PDP primary, this Senator Pius Ayim, former Senate President, you know, he contested for the primaries too. You understand? And when he was asked when he had only 14 votes. You understand? He said, if you show an Igbo man dollar, you forget his name. So these people that you are talking about, by the 2023, by the time
General Managing Director of the NNPC, because they are going to one area.
I'm not going to any area. I'm just trying to let you know that.
I said that the reason why we have the increase in scarcity of fuel and the hike in the price of diesel is because of our moribund.
Yes, now, which they are responsible for. They are responsible for it now. This is a government, like I've always said it, this is a government that is built on blackmail, propaganda, and fraud. You understand? When they were coming in, one of the cardinal points they used in campaigning against the last administration is subsidy. You understand? In fact, Buhari said it, that anybody that believes in subsidy is a thief. So I don't know whether Buhari will agree or accept that he is a thief himself. You understand? And he is the.
Directly from him.
Yes, he said it. Yes, from him when he was in 2014, he campaigned with it that whenever he comes, he will remove it. You understand? That there is nothing like this. There is a conduit pipe for government to siphon money. But when he got there, he made it more sophisticated to the extent that he made himself the minister, he's the president and he's the minister of petroleum affairs, and he has been sensitive to our plight. This artificial scarcity created is to justify, to nullify that, you know, World Bank, they work, and the World Bank sees the rate of our inflation rate is growing by the day. You understand? Cost of living is growing by the day. People are hungry by the day. Unemployment is rising by the day. Structures of government that is supposed to be functional are collapsing by the day. And you are saying the reasons for high cost. Everything will be there because the center is not holding. The president is insensitive. The president is now junketing to see, as in to travel. Maybe he can beat Obasanjo's record, you understand, of the most travel president before the next 7 months of his regime, because as you can see, it's inconspicuous of our plight. It's not even what the only thing that concerns him is how APC will still become, because you know the problem why he's even still concerned about all APC members not to run away before general election, because if majority of them crosses to the opposition, you understand, that means it's not in control. You may not be in control of the National Assembly. You understand? And if there is a change of leadership in the National Assembly before the expiration of his tenure, you understand, they may want to dent his image by attempting to impeach him. You understand? So he will still want a situation. In fact, his concern now is not from Nigerians not to move to PDP. It's no concern now. The only people that didn't want to move to PDP are the senators and the honorables, so that PDP will not have majority in the House to impeach him. If you are thinking he's concerned about our plight, then we are lying. So everything will be as it is. And like somebody said today, somebody is funny, but he said after Buhari's regime, they should just give all of us like 2 months. Apart from certificate, make them just shut the country down for 2 months, make everybody rest. Because we have seen too much. Yeah. We have seen, in fact, what we have seen is beyond air. Nigeria is beyond air. To live in Nigeria is beyond living in air. Because I don't think Satan is this wicked. Satan cannot be this wicked. If Satan is this wicked, probably people would have been escaping from air here. You understand? Because what we are passing through here, we have conscienceless set of people. You understand? People that did not have any empathy. They didn't even have a single conscience. You understand? They don't care whether you eat. They don't care whether you live. They don't. And that is why insecurity is rising by the day. Okay, and yes. when they say people should take up arms, they say people should take up arms, and some people are justifying that we are in a state of war. They say that if we take up arms, Nigeria may degenerate into war. Are we not in a state of war already? But in a state of war already, when a DPO can be kidnapped in front of his station in daylight, you are saying we are not in a state of war. When churches can be attacked and nothing happens, you say we are not in a state of war. When bandits always kidnap people along the road and collect transfers, and government officials are always, somebody, there is a joke, you know, Nigerians will always make joke of everything. Somebody said someone was kidnapped and someone was sent with 5 million to go and give kidnappers for the release of the guy. Now, the person that they gave the 5 million has eloped with the money. So kidnappers and the police now, they are looking for the person. You understand? So we have gotten to that stage where everybody has given up. The only thing that is real in this country is daybreak and nightfall. Say daybreak, you know, say morning in the evening, you know. Any other thing that they tell you in this country, it is a country of one day, one crisis, one day, one case.
Okay.
Maybe yesterday is 1958, 1959. Before the end of today, you will see hear something again that will shock you and we will forget about matter. You understand? Look at what happened in yesterday there, in Badagry there. You know, we didn't have the details fully. It was later I now read that because a bus eats a cow walking in the city, in the middle of the city.
That's straight up.
That's straight off. You understand? And those people.
I thought we had an open.
And those people still have. Those people still have power. Still have the temerity to still kill that guy, that conductor, that helpless young man. That is in the glare of everybody. And people were looking. They were snapping. And security agencies were there. And you said we should not take up arms. And you said we are not at war. And you say things will happen. And you say you are expecting miracle in a compromised system.
Yes. Breaking news: former Kano State Governor Shekarau dumps APC.
Yes. It is in droves. I've told you they will be moving in droves, and it will affect Tinubu. Not even APC. Let's not deceive ourselves. APC is the party, but Tinubu is their target, and they want to because they have deceived them into. Probably I did it. Somebody was advising that time that when we were hearing that they want to when Adamu said they have a what do they call the consensus candidate in Lawa at that time. Somebody analyzing somewhere was like, and that it would be good if Tinubu have foresight and leave this party for them and go to another party and take a ticket in another party and now use his name. Because another thing, I was listening to AIT newspaper review this morning. Somebody said that the major problem he has is what will Tinubu use to campaign? What will APC use to campaign in 2023? Failure, epileptic power supply, unemployment, banditry, kidnapping, maiming, arson, fraud, deception. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, yes. We're coming to the end of the program. And the pundits on Flip TV. I want to ask this question. Football is from Brazil. Movie is from Korea. Technology is from China. What is for Nigeria?
Abracadabra is for Nigeria. Nothing is straight here. Everything here is shrouded in mystery. Anybody that says white in Nigeria, just look at the back of his hand. It may actually mean black.
Okay, yes, that will be all for today. Thank you very much, Mr. Chief Henry. As you can see, get your PVC. Most of it will be for presidents. Adekule says separation will be the only solution. For the evangelist, man of God, no more PDP and APC, my brother, again. Yes, that is it for now. Till tomorrow for another edition of the program. The pundits.
And I'm Idowu Israel. See you tomorrow.
Thanks for watching. Bye for now.